Okay, so now we're going to take a look at question 2. Okay, so circle the value of the square root of 6 raised to the power of 4. Okay, now that is also a tricky one, but also an easy one at the same time. Now there's two ways in which you can do this. Just like any other question there is in maths, there's more than one way of doing it. So the first way that I would do it, which is the easier one, is just recognizing that the square root symbol is the same as the index sign of a half. Okay, so that means that it's 6 to the power half raised to the power of 4, like so. And then it's remembering your index laws, okay, which state that if you've got a power on top of a power, so like a power raised to another power, then you can multiply them together. So that means I'm doing a half, okay, multiplied by 4, okay. And if you remember what we just did at the top, you can just write it like this, okay, and just multiply across. So it's just 4 over 2, which is 4 divided by 2, which is just 2, okay. Hence it means that this can simplify to 6 to the power of 2, okay, which is just 6 times by 6, which is essentially just 36, okay, and therefore is the second option over here. And now another way of doing this, okay, is the following way. What we could have done is if people did not remember their index laws, okay, we could have just gone with the fact that you're raising it to the power of a 4. So that means I'm multiplying square root of 6 by itself 4 times, okay, in the following way, okay. And then what I would do is remember the fact that if you're doing a square root times by another square root and the inside the number's the same, then the square roots actually just cancel out, okay, as follows. So I'm going to just divide them down the middle, so I'm splitting them into 2's. Okay, so 2 here and 2 on that side, because when I multiply them, the square roots cancel out and I'm just left with a number 6, okay. For example, if you were doing the square root of 36, okay, times by the square root of 36, then we know that that is the same as doing 6 times by 6, okay, which just gives me 36. So we're left with what we kind of started off with in the square root symbol, okay? Hence, it's the same here when you've got surds, that's what these are because they don't actually have a square root, then you'd be left with the number 6 itself. And then your multiply sign stays there. And then here it's going to be the same thing because there's lots of square roots and same number inside, so they're cancelling out, just left with a 6. So what we've got is 6 times by 6, which is just 36. Okay, so it's just understanding and using what you've actually learned in maths, okay, and actually applying that here. So this way, not everyone would have spotted that and not everyone would remember that this works. And, you know, some people, or mostly people, would go and opt for this one. But sometimes some people might even, you know, prefer this one as well if they can't remember the index laws.